Kids, I'm Chef Doubleday from Chantilly Academy. Chef Devlin just did a whole bunch of videos that you saw with ice cream and chocolate sauce and caramel sauce and Tweedle cookies and plated all of those up. And now we're going to go in a somewhat different direction, but using the same products. Everything that we've been doing is eggs, flour, sugar, right? And today we're going to start with doing some crepes. Then I have here my crepe batter, eggs, flour, sugar, and a little bit of oil. All right?
You have milk in it too, Chef.
And oh yeah, and milk. Forgot about that. That's the biggest thing that's in there. Heat up the pan. This was just mixed together yesterday, right? It's very, very runny, but it's the same ingredients that you use when you make pancakes. And as you know, or maybe you've heard, crepes are just really thin pancakes.
But Chef, forgive me, but isn't there like baking powder or baking soda in pancakes which makes it rise?
Which makes it rise. Yep, I don't have that in here. I don't have that in here. But thank you for mentioning that. All right, so I'm waiting for my pan to get hot. And as I said, we're working with a lot of milk, eggs, cream, and sugar today. We're going to make the crepes, and then we're going to fill them with a pudding. If you remember the anglaise sauce that Chef Devlin made, same process, same ingredients, except I'm going to have cornstarch in it. But that's what we're going to stuff in our crepes.
I have a question, Chef.
Yes, sir.
Is that not like a creme pâtissière?
Pastry cream? Yes. But pastry cream is not as thick as the pudding.
So they're similar?
Very similar, and similar to the anglaise. Same products, different things, right? Same ingredients. I mean, now like your pancakes, this first one's probably not going to work. Right? I didn't even put enough batter in there. There we go. Swirl it around. You want it to be thin, but the first one's generally a throwaway. Or at least for me. Maybe good chefs can do it.
I'll be eating the first one.
I'm going to let this get brown. And I'm going to flip it over.
Nice looking batter, Chef.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, like I said, the first one's generally garbage. Right? You feed it to the dog. You feed it to your friends.
Yeah, if you were eating that pancake by itself, what would you put into it besides pudding?
Oh, you mean what would I put on a pancake?
Yeah.
Well, the first thing I like to put on a pancake is butter. There you go. All right. So now I believe my pan is at the right temperature. I'm going to take my crepe batter. I pour it in the pan. Swirl the batter around so that I completely cover the pan. Dump out the excess. You see, I have this little tag here. I'm going to get rid of that little tag. And that goes in the garbage. And what I'm looking for here are bubbles. And I'm starting to get some bubbles here, but I need to get some here. I'm getting some brown around the edge. That's an indication that I'm getting done, getting close to being done.
Isn't there something about the beads of sweat as well?
There may be. What are those beads of sweat you're talking about?
Normally when you look at the pancake batter, you see it's kind of sweating on top. That usually means it's cooked too as well.
Gotcha. By sweating, he means little beads of moisture. Correct. Nice GBD, golden brown color. Gonna let it finish on the other side.
Batter tastes very nice, Chef. Very
Thank you.
tender.
Thank you. I've made a couple ahead of time. All right, this is the first side to cook, the second side to cook. Done. Whoops. I'm putting a piece of paper between them so they don't stick. All right, and then I come in, I get my second one. Batter goes in, swirl it around, dump off the excess, get rid of the tag, wait for the bubbling, Starting to get brown around the edges that I want. Starting to see some of the bubbles. Loosen it up. Flip it over. And then you go and you go and you go and you go and you make crepes and you make crepes and you make crepes and you make crepes forever and you stack them up and it's nothing, right? This is almost as big of a pain in the butt as picking the stems off of spinach and then cooking it. You have a whole bunch of spinach, you spend a whole bunch of time working on, and you end up with a little bit. Crepes are the same way.
Can I say something, Chef?
Yes, Chef, go ahead.
Here we are, guys. Chef is making a crepe, and by the way, it tastes delicious, and I'm not kidding, I'm actually surprised. But crepes can actually be sweet and savory. In other words, yes, he's making a dessert today, but he could stuff it with actually spinach in the cream sauce and a bechamel sauce. Or he could stuff it with chicken, or stuff it with seafood.
One of my favorite appetizers that I've done is exactly that. I made a smoked trout mousse with horseradish and stuffed it inside a chive crepe with a little bit of cherry tomatoes. It's fabulous. It's fabulous. But they're not always dessert. As Chef Devlin said, who, you guys, okay, you've seen him. He's the man, the legend. Hold on, let me get you. There you are. Say hi.
Good evening, guys. Good afternoon, guys. It's my honor to be here with Chef Chantilly. He is a legend in his own mind.
What's left of my mind, anyway. All right, so we got our last crepe going here. Let's focus in on that instead of two old guys BSing around all day.
We're not old, Chef. We're mature.
We're mature. That's probably debatable. All right, and then I have my plate of crepes here. Done. It's got a couple more minutes. I turn the heat off just to let the pan cook it.
But Chef, you could actually wrap them and freeze them now and take them out at a later date.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. If you start to make crepes, make a bunch of them at the same time so you don't have to make them a second time. All right? There we go. Crepes are done.